Hey guys, Britto here. Welcome back to Brewmaster. Here we are for another episode. Um, After the last one, I did do that extra recipe, finish off that other challenge. And I thought I'd have a crack at making my own beer. Didn't really work out very well, but I made the Britto's Panty Dropper. I don't know why. It's just a random name come to my head. But yeah, it wasn't very good either. Anyway, let's look forward to the next month, summer, the next season, I should say. Greetings, brewer. You should be hearing from Rosa, a fellow quarterly pardon me, contributor who's usually at the heart of any events going on in the community. Rosa is just one of several brew club members keen to make the most of your brewing prowess. Introduced to you the world of brewing, they'll help you continue your journey towards mastery. Final request is that you continue to hone your craft, complete jobs, experiment, get creative, and take your time. Brewing is an art, but it's also a hobby. It's also a hobby that, like good beer, should be savoured. To reach mastery level connoisseur, which is already did, we should get this antique brewing kettle. Hey brewer, just been telling me all about your exploits, and no way I'm going to let him keep talents to himself. I have nothing more than getting people together, and a freshly brewed beer is a great excuse for that. Who would have guessed? So I'd like to introduce an exciting addition to the Brewers Quarterly competitions. There'll be a new one every year with the results announced at the end of winter. There's some fantastic prizes on offer, but for me the best part will be seeing and trying all of the brewing community's creations. Also, you didn't hear from me, but the competitor's judge has a weakness for caramel. Alright, so we've got a job here for Home and Hearth, who we've obviously done a job for last episode. Subtle notes and podge of hops. Noble, Caesar, Cascadian. I don't know if we've got recipes for all these. It's probably the hardest thing. Alright, so hop culture, stoutest of hearts. It's strong, it's dark, it may be suitable for lactose intolerance. It's stout. Join hop culture in a competition to brew the best stout. Okay, so they're like dark and roasted and malty and sweet to be balanced. Prefers extremely dark stouts. Relishes a trace of chocolate. She likes caramel and also chocolate. I don't know what we have as far as stouts go. Irish extra stout, Scottish export. Right. We can change these too, like change the recipes if we need to. German brewing. Right, some grains, bitterness, hops. Nothing really in there as extra info, but I think the Irish extra stout. Obviously, she wants a trace of chocolate. If we look at the stout, malty and sweet is 10.2, but hoppy and bitter. Dark and so it's not even dark and roasted. It's only 2.1. That's the problem. Their recipes, stout, dark and roasted, malty and sweet 6.4, dark and roasted 4.6. Competition, dark and roasted, malty and sweet, they're pretty similar. So maybe that's the one that we go with. American Stout Extract. What makes it dark and roasted though? That's the question. Dark malt. Brew. So that's just into the brew container. Alright, I think if we did a bit more dark malt extract, maybe like 4 kilos of that. Right, let me have a look. I don't know why. Yeah. We can change the recipe here. So if we go dark malt extract, we change this to 4 kilos. Might make a difference. Steeple grain. Confirm. Don't know if I can actually click on steeple grain. Back, what was it? Black patent, steeple grain. Even in there. Chuck and roasted, multi and sweet. I'd like to just add that chocolate steeple. Like add a new instruction. That ingredient type. Steeple grain. To brew container. I don't know if this is really going to help us any, but 100 grams, steeple grain, chocolate steeple. Let's go 200 grams. God, you just to do it this way sometimes. 100 grams. Move steeple brew container, which I don't know if we can actually add. Yeah, we can't. It's not even there now. Damn it. Black paint and steeple. Why is it not there though? Maybe I don't own it yet. Add hops. Cluster. Why won't it let me click on it? Where's Ruggle Green? It's not there either. Okay. Let's go confirm. Broken Stout, confirm. What that means. Dark malt. Yep, okay. We'll pin that. I don't know if that's made a difference. Let's go ingredients or pinned recipes. There we go. That cluster, Ruggle Green. Alright, there was also ingredients down here. A little bit of cocoa powder. I don't know if that's going to make a difference or not. Store all those. I don't know if we can add a little cocoa powder at the end, maybe. Right, let's grab the brew container. Fermentation. This. Two of those. Pump. Power. Pumps and everything can go over here. Go in there. Lid, turn that on. Malt extract. Dark malt extract. Now, malt extract. Alright, where's our, no, not our brew pick, yeah. Catalog. Grains, hops. Black paint, steeple. Yeah. Add malt extract. Oh, here we go. 4 kilos, I think we decided. Brew container. says to add 21 litres first. I don't know if we can actually do that. Let's turn that off. That'll do. That's going to be like an extra 4 litres. Alright, and then pour that in. Oh, there we go. It's right at the top, look at it. Ugh. Right, put you on there. Turn that on. Add steeple grain to brew. Black paint 800 grams. Chocolate. 100 grams. I don't know if this is going to work. We're sort of just winging it. Gotta heat it to 100 degrees. Move those. Need to add cluster 20 grams. It's called cluster. There it is, right down the bottom of course. 20 grams rugged green. That's just rugged with the rugged green. There it is. 50 grams on it, yeah, damn it. Rugged green, 50 grams. Remove them. Alright. So heat it to 100 degrees. Right. Take those both off. Those, add hops to boil. So cluster 20 grams for 50 minutes. So 11:32. Right, and this guy on 10 minutes. $42, let's remove both of those. Turn that off, put that in there. Place that in there. Connect from there to there, there to there. Turn that on, so cool that down as we can to 20 degrees. Boot that off. Put that in there, pick that up. Sit that there. This over. Also need to put that there. Connect from there to the intake. That's got to go in the top. Turn that on. Right, and that should disappear. There we go. Put that lid on. Okay. Add yeast. SoCal ale 150 grams. Make sure we get the right amount this time. And ferment at 20 degrees for 15 days. Put it back on. Throw that in the bin. You can clean that. This to here. That goes from there to intake. Right, so we need to go, what, 15 days? Hopefully this isn't going to be too bad as far as the competition goes. Alright, so we need to add 200 grams of corn sugar. I was going to add some cocoa powder too. I don't know how this is going to go, honestly. It's gonna add like 50 grams maybe. And 200 grams corn sugar. Might be very chocolatey, like too over the top, but lid on, go from there into here. Turn you on, open the tap. That should all out of there, pick that up, shut that. Those can all go away, and we can clean this guy. Condition for 21 days, taste and package. It needs to have caramel, it needs to have chocolate. Yeah. It's like a sweet chocolate stout. See what happens with this one. Very dark, which is good. Very dark. Not too bad carbonation. Extremely hazy, which is that because I don't know about contamination. We need to have dark roasted, and yeah, that's pretty sweet. There's a little bit of off in it. The chocolate, 12.2. Was there any caramel? No. Right, 8.47%, so it's very strong. Medium bitterness. Contamination still 6%. Alright, so it's like a sweet chocolate stout. Activity match. Alright, let's go call it our sweet chocolate. This is called sweet chocolate. American stout. I like the look of that bottle. It's way better. Glass. I don't know much about drinking, so I don't know what cup to bloody use. Maybe that one, that'll do. Label template. We could create our own, like import them into the game. Sweet chocolate. That's not chocolate at all. Let's go confirm that one. Now we can go your name text. We can make that a lot bigger. I'll make it black. Done. Here style text. American stout. I don't mind that color actually. That's not too bad. Alright, confirm that. Then we can go ABV text, so we can make that 8.5%. All the way back to there. Our volume text. Drop that down a bit. None of this stuff really matters too much, but text banner, illustration, color. If that's changed anything. Change anything. Right. Right. I'm gonna try and change text banner border background. There we go. That one's okay. I was gonna try and change that to like a darker brown. Something like that. There we go. Alright, confirm. Quick screenshot. Submit the beer. Stoutest of hearts. Relishes a trace of chocolate. Well, there was a trace of. There was probably too much chocolate, to be honest. Anyway, submit it for that and see what happens. Very good. Where's did that? Yep. Okay. Oh, well, that's gone. Competition. I don't know. Maybe our competition beers can go over here. I'd like to get some barrels for here and stuff. Alright, so what have we done? The competition's submitted. Jobs. Flavors contributed by yeast increase the amount of fermentable sugars consumed. So they want 6 flavor notes. Now, recipe. Actually, I want to read the bloody thing again. I don't know what we're going to get with 6 different flavor notes. That's got heaps of flavor notes in it. Caramel, toffee, toasty, bread, biscuit. Maybe the Scottish export. Try this thing. Alright, so have we got... I don't know why we haven't got that container yet. I might have to wait. Mash tun. Did get a bigger mash tun. Grab everything out that we need. Right, throw you in there. Mash tun can go there. And can go there. You can go there. I'm gonna need those first. Okay, turn this guy around. Add grain, British Pale, 370. I don't know if we've got all the stuff yet. Catalogue, recipes. Yeah, unique flaked barley, chocolate, yeast, dark brown sugar. Probably could have used a bit of that chocolate before. Alright, store all. British Pale 3.7. Gonna get 4 kilos, aren't we? Yeah, that's alright. Crystal Amber. 1 kilo. Unit Crystal 450. Flaked Barley 250. And chocolate 50, but anyway. Right, so we'll start with the British Ale, so 3.7. Right, you go back in there. What do we have in our hand? Which it would tell me. Crystal Amber, so full kilo. Back in there. It's going not too bad. Alright, 450 Munich Crystal. Flaked Barley 250. And chocolate, just a little 50 grammer. Add the lid on that. Get this thing going. So we need to add and get up to 80 degrees. I don't know why we just don't just fill the whole thing up. Let's throw this thing over here. These things are annoying. So heat it 80 degrees. I feel like just heating it all the way up is just way easier. Right, so now we're gonna have to pick these up because we need to pick this guy up. Place it there. You go from there to the intake, there to there. Turn that on. Need to put 10 litres liquid. Right, there we go. Shut that. That back up. Put that back on the heat. Ooh, it's way too hot. For an hour. Yeah, I think that's way too hot. Sparge mash to produce 21 litres of wort. Sparge mash me. Does that mean fill it up till there's 21 litres? Oh. Right, take there. Really need to follow the temperatures. Probably a good idea. That back on actually. So we want it to go till it's 21 litres. A lot on dissolve though. Alright. That back on there, I don't think we're going to need that again, but... This dissolve? I think we might have to do it again, like we've voluntarily buggered it. See, it's not even dissolving. Alright. Turn that on. This. Right, that should be empty. Right, let's go back to the start. Okay. 3.7 British ale. Where the hell is that? British pale. Yep, 3.7. Alright, crystal amber 1 kilo. Unit crystal 450. Oop. And then flaked barley 250. And chocolate 50 grams. So that should be other malts. Oh no. Chocolate roasted malts, there we go. Okay, do this again. So 3.7. This. Need like 12 more grams. 16 more grams. Way too bloody much. A full kilo in there. Throw that back in there. Unit crystal 450. Flaked barley 250. And chocolate, just the smallest amount, 50 grams. Get that thing back out. Right, so we want to heat it to 80 degrees this time. Right, turn that off. These out of our hands again. Ah, frustrating. Right, 80 degrees. Open that. We want to add 10 litres. That back on, put that back on the heat. I want to be at 65 degrees for 1 hour. So pretty much 9 o'clock, 2100. I'll take that back off. I shouldn't be pouring it in there though. That's where our contamination's coming in. That should nearly get us through to 2100, I think. Yeah, that will. Might as well just let it go to 2100. Right, I want to get 21 litres of wort. Open that. We want to get it. I want to see what's in there. Yeah, 21.94. Alright. Back on. Transfer wort from mash tun to there. Right, hops. Cluster 10 grams. Yeah, cluster grams. Halcyon 1, 35 grams. And remove them both. Okay. Alright. That off. That can back over there. We're going to heat that till it gets to 100 degrees. Add the cluster. 50 minutes. The 1042. This guy for 10 minutes. So 52 and a half. Get them both off. Throw that into there. Both in the bin. Got both of these guys. The tapped intake from that to the sink. Turn it on. Pull that to down to 20 degrees. Close enough, I think. Move that. Oop, put that back in there. It's gonna go there. I've got to take that off. We're gonna go from there, there to there, to there. Turn that on. Right. Yeast Albion Ale 150 grams. Should be able to pour that in while that's transferring. Throw that into there. Then we get dark brown sugar 120 grams. Sit that there. That's it, yeah, okay. So ferment at 20 degrees for 15 days. In that. Yeah. On, oh, can't get. On. Still need one of those. Ferment 15 days. Done. That other ingredient, dark brown sugar. 20 grams. On 19 will do. Lid back on. Right, transfer to conditioning container, condition for 21 days. Right, done. Put that up, lid on. Back in there. Cut, pick this up. I don't know what's... Should be no liquid left in there. Very little anyway. Place back in there. Place that back in there. Condition for 21 days. Done. But this was for what job? The subtle notes. Let's see what happens. Pretty decent. Still hazy. I got one extremely clear before, and I'm not sure how I did that. Multi and sweet. 5, there's 5 plus more. Off was only 0.7, which is good. Bitterness was originally low. Contamination 2.9%, which isn't too bad. Scottish export 72%. Alright, that's got to be the Scottish export. This looks probably more Irish than Scottish, doesn't it? About this one. Okay, the Scottish. Oh, what do we call it? Let's go Rooster. I don't know. Rooster Notes. That's probably tastes like cock. Scottish Rooster, that'll do. Whatever. Belgian, go with that. Screenshot, submit the beer. Subtle notes. That didn't work. No flavor notes is above 4 strength. That didn't work, did it? What was above 4 strength? That's disappointing. Few actually. Toasty, biscuit, orange, tangerine, magnolia. I don't know what recipe we're going to do then. Get that out of the way. Delete that thing. Recipes. Doesn't say. It says it needs to have flavor notes. Pale ale. Let's have a look. Oh, so they're 8s, 7s. Everything is quite high. I don't know. I don't know how we get something that's not. Need a lot of different flavor notes, but very little, so I might have to look at something off camera, see what we can do, but that's a shame. That's a failed one. Let's just throw that out of the way in there. That's disappointing. Anyway, guys, we'll end it here. I'll try and get these 2 other competitions done off camera. To save you guys being here, we'll move on through the story mode and see what happens. But if you guys enjoyed this one, as always, smash that like button. Leave a comment, let me know what you think of the series so far. If you want to see it continue, if you're new to the channel, haven't subscribed yet, guys, please do so. Me and Britto, thanks for watching. See you again soon.